Hi, beautiful souls. It's Sandra. I'm inviting you to my episode 4 of my Soul Awakening podcast series, A Journey Living Karma and Dharma. Welcome in, beautiful souls. It is my intention today to be and live powerfully in my present moment.
Give some people who does not give at all and they receive so much, and some people give so much and they don't receive almost at all.
Okay. Let me tell you something. The universe does not favor positive or negative. The universe does not favor positive.
But they're cheering you on for you right now, breaking your karmic cycles. And your karmic cycle is just a reoccurring vibrational loop that is in your now moment that says, here you are. Here's what you put out. Your Dharma is saying, I'm open. All you got to do is walk through the door. All right. Are you ready? I am. So let's talk about the last podcast where we learned to demystify karma and a little bit about Dharma, but mainly karma, right? So today we're embarking on those quiet threads, the invisible river of karma, right? The invisible beneath the surface of our everyday lives. So I'm taking a moment as we explore what karma is. Karma is a loop, an energy loop. We learned that last week. It's a loop. It's vibration coming back around to you saying, I'm here. What do you want to do with me? Welcome in, Chatterbox. Right? We get to talk about how we acquired that vibrational loop. How it sounds to us. We talked about that. We talked about how we have to be responsible for it because it's a drop-off point. It's a cycle, a vibrational cycle that, guess what? Yes, hard to hear, but we created it. It just keeps coming back around, vibrationally giving us a like or a dislike of life. Our life, right? It's about us being and deciding what we want to be. If we want to be more or if we just want to be consistently in the loop. Take a breath. Let it soften. It's your sacred pause. Right here, right now, is where you get to do you. It's not about anybody else in the room. You take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Your karmic loops are your drop-off point in the now. It doesn't matter if it happened in the past. in the far distant past or a now moment past. You have those things that happened right at that now moment, and then you moved forward 1 millimeter. It's a present now. It's a present past now. But it happened, right? Today, we're going to explore what it really means to be in alignment with the universe. And to be in alignment with the universe is your Dharma. Dharma isn't something that you socially have to be correct as, that you have to follow that path of being socially perfect. It's not about social. It's about your soul awaking or remembering why it came, why it chose you, why it's here on this trajectory. Recalling, right? So now that you remember that karma or your karmic loops are not your prison, it's not made to give you a spanking. It's not made to create your prison. No. It's a vibration that holds what you put out and brings it back to you, and then says vibrationally through your likes and your dislikes what you want to do next because of them. It's about you. So once you figure out that something karmically keeps circling around you, you get to be the discerning factor of how you change that. And that's where Dharma comes in. Because the moment you become aware that you want to make a change, Dharma has this, you can visualize it to be this vibrational door that opens up and goes, here's a roadmap. And then you see all these lights kind of moving, and you go, well, what are those lights? Well, those are your infinite possibilities of where you could go, depending on how you felt about the karmic loop that you let go of. And that means the karmic loop of people in your story that kind of like don't make sense to you anymore. You know, they're your jump off point to triggers, your jump off point to dislikes, your jump off point to avoiding or aversion to certain situations, circumstances, conversations, or things. And Dharma opens up and says, oh, okay, so you're aware. Where do you want me to take you? Dharma is the roadmap that your higher being is saying, oh, I'm recalling. We could go there. We could go here. We could go over here. We could go over here. And it's your highest being, or your soul, or your spirit, whatever you choose to label it. We human beings, we gave a label to everything. Why? Because it was easy for our egoic system to try to make sense of it for us when it was telling us from the outside in what possibly we could do or not do that wouldn't be detrimental to its survival, your ego's survival. Your egoic self, that little I, doesn't like change. Change is unknown. not wrong, just a known. But your dharmic roadmap gives your higher being the ability to recall for you, body, mind, and spirit, or higher being, or soul, whatever. Right? So we explore what it really means to be in alignment with the universe. To be in alignment with the universe is your Dharma. Your karma is telling you where you are within the universe. It's not just about you manifesting. It's about you knowing who you can become from who you already are. It's growth. It's expansion. Right? So let's talk about the quiet threads, right? If you define karma soulfully and not clinically, karma is not punishment or reward. It's the cause and effect governed by the soul level of your learning, or of your soul's learning. Okay? Let's call that the echo of energy. Welcome in, Lulabella. Let's also call that a returning of your own soul to its vibrational key. Let's also put it this way. Karma isn't here to teach us a lesson. It doesn't have a ruler in its hand to spank you on the hand when you get the lesson wrong. Karma is the rhythm of the soul calling itself to awareness through learning, through the positive and the negative polarities. This is just kind of like a review of class last week. So you get to ask yourself, what energy am I cycling through right now? You get to ask yourself. That becomes your embodying question. If you so choose, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's just you diving into that karmic loop and saying, where am I right now? You might do it through your feelings. You might do it through your emotions. You might do it through what you consider your common sense, your ego. But nonetheless, you are gonna do it. Will there be a action after that? That's totally up to you. Will there be a burden of proof for you? That's up to you. Will there be a conclusion to a story for you? That's up to you. Your Dharma is an open map. So many avenues, so many freeway off ramps and freeway on ramps, so many motorways. Right? You get to ask, where am I in my life experiencing repetition? You get to ask yourself that. And you get to ask, do I like it? How does it feel to me? And you get to say, I know this isn't punishment for me, but does it feel like it? Well, if it feels like it, what do you want to do different? The moment you become aware of it, Dharma opens the gates, and your roadmap is revealed. So let's tie that together, right? When we stop labeling our experiences as good or bad, when we start listening to what they actually mean when they show up, or what they're trying to show us when they show up, we get to say karma is not a life sentence of a jail cell. It's pointing me somewhere. Where is it pointing me? And then you look in a spiritual direction, which might be inward, possibly, maybe for you, maybe not. And your soul says, I'm recalling. It's tapping into its dharmic opening, that roadmap. You could call it DNA, right? You can call it that. It's written in your DNA codes. Your soul left itself notes. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? Dharma, you can say, is your sacred yes. You get to have a sacred yes. You were born with one. No is an answer too, a vibrational answer. If there's a yes, there will be a no. Exactly. You get to say, yes, I want to remember. I want to recall. And karma helps you to do that. In your now moment where you are, what's looping, what's playing over and over, it gets to show you, to show you what you can or can't do, what you believe you can or can't do. And it's showing that to you. But it's nothing that the universe has decided for you. The universe is just replaying it back to you because that's what you put out. What did I put out? Right? Dharma is the unique. Dharma is the unique vibration you carry when you unapologetically allow your truth to reveal itself. Doesn't mean the truth has to be right or wrong. It's just revealing itself. Because when it reveals itself, especially in that loop, you get to ask an embodying question. Well, is this truth still serving me? Right? I asked when I needed help with how I was going to, what metaphor I could use. This is what helped me out. It's like a riverbed card specifically of your current. Your current. Dharma is about flow, not force. And your soul fits in with flow. Your soul will never force you to do anything. If it don't fit, don't force it. If you lean into your soul, dharmically, you can have an inquiry that says, where do I feel most alive? And you go more inward, dharmically, your soul is going to say, ooh, this feels good. What is this? Or it's going to say, ooh, I'm feeling some feelings from you. I don't understand them. because they're recalling a higher version of that energy. And when it's conflicting, it's your soul is going to say, I know I'm about to learn something. I know that I'm about to go on a path of learning, because Dharma is open, and your soul is saying, where are you going to take me? Explain it to me. Dharma doesn't judge you. Right? You also get to ask another soul inquiring question or embodying question. When do I feel like I'm not performing? When can I simply just be? Or you get to ask another question. When I'm not performing and I'm simply being, is that enough? That's how you know that you've moved from a karmic cycle or cycling. It's starting to cycle down and move into your Dharma, which is allowing you to say, okay, there's other things and other places and other people that are going to give me a positive view of what might be for my highest and greatest good. A positive view. I'm just going to view it. I might not want to be it right now, but I get to view it. Or even better yet, I get to try it on for size. You get to find out, just like when you're trying on a pair of pants or a pair of shoes or that favorite shirt that you've always saw in the window of a store, and see if it really fits you. Because you've always just looked at it and said, oh, I just really love that. I love the color. I love the fabric. But until you try it on for size, you don't know if it's for you. Dharma takes you there. It allows you to ask those questions. It doesn't force you to do anything. Dharma allows you to have reassurance. Dharma isn't loud. Sometimes it's just a mere whisper. Sometimes Dharma allows you to arrive or to be in a season. It'll just show up. For some people, their dharmic season might be winter or summer or spring. Or they might have found out that their dharmic season is their now moment. Doesn't mean that they're not ever going to have a karmic moment again. It's just that they're aware that their now moment is their dharmic season. So karma and Dharma and the law of attraction, or the law of manifestation, or the law of action, right? We as human beings, ever since at least 2003, when The Secret came out, we have treated the law of attraction like it's a cosmic vending machine. We pull this, put our coin in, pull the handle, right? We were told all we have to do is visualize, believe, and receive. But this law is not transactional. It's transformational. So if you did not get what you want, and karmically it keeps looping because you keep asking for more of what is not working for your highest and greatest good, but you keep asking for it in a karmic loop. The universe isn't going to do anything for you. There's no gray area. It's not going to even suggest to you the change. It will bring it back to you vibrationally, and sometimes that vibration might get to resonate so deep and so powerful that you will have a moment to ask an embodying question of change or for change. You may not like the person coming to you and triggering you so much that it will give you a pause for you to have a moment for your higher being to say, what about this doesn't feel right? Why show me why you're feeling this way. Explain it to me. Explain it to me. Right? Your karmic loops help you reflect back to you what you've already put out. Right? Manifesting, as I said earlier, isn't about resonating what you want. It's about resonating who you truly are and where you want to go from there. So if you're resonating in a vibration of, I want what the Joneses have next door, and I want it just because they have it. They got it. Why can't I have it? But you're not embodying, is that what you really need? Will that make me vibrationally happy? Will that satisfy me? But karmically, you keep asking for that, and it keeps showing up in a different, a vibrationally different way that does not satisfy you. That does not give you presence of mind. That gives you more chaos than comfort. But yet you don't change the verbiage that you use. I know people who say, friends who say, well, I want this guy, and he has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And when the 1, 2, 3, 4 comes up, and the situation or the circumstance or the relationship doesn't last, but leaves a sour taste in their mouth, they don't go back to look at the karmic vibration of the cycle of the 1, 2, 3, 4. They just think that 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to happen, and it's going to be a different person. And when the different person comes in, but the same reaction happens, they're devastated. Karmic cycles give you opportunity for change. That's what triggers are all about. I'm not saying that there aren't some people in life that believe that they're meant to trigger people. There are those. But there are those that are in your story that show up as your trigger because there's something that you karmically layered underneath in your story, underneath, and pushed down. And that which you resist keeps showing up, karmically persisting. The moment that you're aware at some point in your life that this isn't working, I'm aware I don't want to feel like this anymore, then awareness says, what do you want to do about it? And Dharma opens up and says, okay, here's some roadmaps. Here's some infinite possibilities. You get that moment to choose. You get to say, who am I becoming? Who is that watching me wanting to become something new, something different? Who am I becoming through the fire of life? Because life isn't doing anything to you. It's doing everything because of you. The moment I found that out, the things that I'm going through now with certain people in my life that are triggering me, it's not their trigger, it's mine. And it's telling me it's time to move. And find a new place. Make a new home. Become more of me. That's life. Life is saying, what do you want? Life is energy. Energy persisting in wanting to create for you. That's Dharma. Dharma doesn't have to be loud about it. Dharma just says, I'm here. And all the lights start to light up on different pathways. Every time you set your foot down, like walking the yellow brick road, the brick shows up. You're that powerful. You get to be sustainably and soulfully in charge of your vibrational choices. Resonance, remembrance, and soul rhythm are part of who you are. Some may never awaken to that. And the divine says that's okay. They can keep on living life just the way they're living it. And the earth consciousness will uniquely enjoy the energy of them living and making free will choices based on what they choose to do. That's what polarity is all about. If there is an up, there must be a down, and you get to choose up or down. You get to choose left or right. You get to choose in or out. But the universe is reflecting back to you, your choices. It's reflecting back to you that. That's your karmic. You know what? I am so happy. We talked about this last week, that karma it's a mirror. It only happens in third density. The moment I found out that karma doesn't happen anywhere else in consciousness, but only third density, as far as I've learned so far. Maybe I might be learning something more a little bit later. But when I found that out, I went, oh, it's karma is here. It's now. It's my drop-off point. I get to make choices for me and know that my generational peeps, my family that was once a wholeness in form is now wholeness in formless, and they're not about the karma. They did it already. They left little minuscular like roadmaps in my DNA. Yeah. They helped a little bit with my story, but my karma drop-off point gives me opportunity to open my Dharma remembrance. Right? When you are in alignment, you feel like things click, right? Life becomes less about chasing and more about allowing. Well, that's what happens when you move out of your dharmic cycles, when you release them, surrender them, whatever you do your internal work with them, and move into that dharmic vibration. You're not chasing life. Life is flowing to you. Or it's mirroring you. One of the two, right? Resonance is your soul's way of saying you're home. And home doesn't have to mean that you've died and you've gone back to heaven or the realm of absolute or merge back with source. It just means that your whole, when you feel that vibration, your soul says, oh, we're doing this. Oh, I've got this. Oh, I'm recalling. This is what I came to do. This is what I came to learn. Show me more. Let me view what's next on that Dharma roadmap. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who you were. It's not just necessarily about learning something new, but it's about your soul recalling to you who you were before the world or your ego told you the world, or the ego telling you who the world says you are. That's a better way to say it, right? Your Dharma is encoded in, I love this, your bones. It's encoded in your dance of the past, present, and present future. It's your awakening to your remembrance of your eternal self. You're merging with the divine. Your soul rhythm, life moves like a drumbeat. Sometimes the beat is fast, sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's always in rhythm, and sometimes it's a little offbeat. Sometimes it's something larger, and sometimes it's something smaller. But most of the time, your soul rhythm is something that your mind can't grasp. Your ego can't just easily move into, though it can move and merge. You have to hold its hand as you bring it along with you. When we listen closely, we begin to hear, not out there, we begin to hear within us, at the center of our being, the rhythm of our soul. We begin to hear within us the hum of the infinite. And our dharmic roadmap has all the places we need to go, infinite possibilities. So let's talk about becoming more of who we already are. Be gentle about who you are right now. There's no wrong or right. There's a feeling that you have. There's an emotion that you have about what you've chosen. But the feeling and the emotion will lead you to your next action that you get to take for yourself. There's no wrong or right with it. Be gentle with yourself. Take time with yourself. Give yourself grace. Dharma doesn't say you have to force anything. Dharma says flow. And this podcast isn't about you doing anything. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's about turning back into the soul's original frequency when you're ready. When you hear the call. That's right. Don't feel bad about how you're feeling. Be gentle with yourself. Take time. We are in a vibrational moment where we can utilize time, space, and space-time. Utilize it. Give yourself time to grow, to expand. Give yourself time to learn about you and your likes, your dislikes, your wants, the things that you don't really want. Try them on for size. Karma and Dharma give you the opportunity. They collaborate with each other. At the core of the cosmic law of Dharma, it's your divine purpose. You came here to know you in form. You're living a unique, soulful truth. And you get to have what you might call a sacred responsibility to enjoy life. And life reflects back to you what you put out to it. Dharma is your soul's blueprint. Believe it or not, take it with a grain of salt or not, take what resonates or not, but Dharma helps you understand that your soul's blueprint is the reason why you incarnated. It's going to give you the path of least resistance. It's going to help you understand truth as you see it, and then grow either out of a truth and into a new truth. But that's what we came here to do, to grow, to shift, to expand, to learn, and then to evolve. And then, hey, if you want to say wash, rinse, repeat, do it all again, our souls are having a journey. But when it starts to have the journey and it's recalling the journey, it's seeing all the dharmic pinpoints highlighted and says, oh, can we go there? Oh, can we go here? Oh, can we go to over there to this point and over there to that point? Oh, what are you feeling now? Tell me what that feeling, what is that feeling? It's merging with you. It's becoming more of you, and you are becoming more of your higher being or your soul or your spirit. You're merging with the illusion of time, space, and space time. You're merging with the illusion of reality, making reality real. Your truth can be expressed through your work, through your voice, through your relationships, through your service. But it starts with you being you. It starts with you asking, what am I doing? You get to ask yourself that. Other people can tell you what you're doing regarding how it's pertinent to them. Bullies will tell you that you're good enough as you are, because however you are, it allows them to bully you. They're not going to tell you if you stop being fearful and scared, and you stop listening to people tell you that you're not worthy or you're unworthy, that they wouldn't vibrationally seek you out. But the moment you become aware that you weren't born in as a fearful person, that you can change your story and decide, well, if I'm going to change the story from being so fearful about this or have anxiety about this, what can I choose to be better for my highest and greatest good? Where can I go? And Dharma says, woo, and you get to start choosing what makes you feel better. And bullies stop being vibrationally drawn to you, because you're not afraid anymore. They can only access fear. Now, if they're still in your life, they can still try to play with that, but you can say, hey, nope, not happening here. And the universe has to say, I understand you. You don't want that to happen. So we're going to open up some situations and circumstances that help move you out of the place of the bully. Or sometimes the bully just gets tired of the shit and they move on. And it's all about, we're not just talking about friends in school or your work bullies. We're talking about at home too, as well. And some of the bullies don't even know that they're being bullying. They think that they're just being part of the family. They think that's what love, the way they're giving love, that's the way you need to receive it. But if you're karmically in that loop, they're not going to change it for you. You have to see the loop. And you have to change the loop. You have to become aware of the loop. And the moment you become aware of the loop and ask an embodying question, whatever your embodying question is, the universe says, ah, and Dharma says, okay, here's the roadmap. Where do you want to go? Right? Living your Dharma doesn't mean that you chase achievement, where you have to have a fixed life plan. It means that you show up and you look at the mirror of life and what life is showing you, and you decide if you want to change something, if you want to surrender something, if you want to move or stay glued in whatever it is you want to do. Life is saying, what do you want me to do next? Why? Life is energy, and it's saying, I have a requirement to fulfill for you what you want. And if you're not doing it and you're vibrating in a frequency already looping, I can only give you that from that bucket. I can only pull from that frequency. Right? It's not just about personal choice. It's a sacred responsibility you have to wholeness, which you're part of. To wholeness, which you're a part of. When you don't live your Dharma, it is believed that the world is being denied something that you can offer. And it's not the world outside, it's the inner world. Why does this matter? You're not simply here to copy someone else's path. Though society will tell you that's what we need to do. If blondes have more fun, then everybody go dye their hair and be blonde. If blonde hair, blue eyes have more fun, dye your hair and get blue contacts. You're here for unique truth. You're authentic. Living your Dharma heals not just you, but sometimes those around you. Sometimes while you're healing through your Dharma, moving down the roadmaps of how to the in and outs, through you're looking at your mirror saying, okay, I want to do this. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, this feels better to me. Okay, right? The people in your story around you, even the featured extra or the day player that shows up for the day and never shows up again, gets a smile and they feel better. Or you're at the grocery store and they're feeling like shit, and you give them a great big smile and tell them that they look really nice in that color blue. You made their day because you're just authentically being you, right? Because you're moving in your dharmic field. Your authenticity is your offering. Your authenticity is your offering. It's how your divine expresses from within you. It's expressing itself. How you express, how your divine within you is expressing yourself, the universe is tapping into that frequency. And that frequency, it's manifesting and vibrating more for you. As you're growing, the mirror that's vibrating and showing you is giving you more. When we talk about Dharma, we're not just talking about the job or your passions. We're talking about your soul's blueprint, your divine purpose. It doesn't have to be like somebody else's. It's the reason why you're here in this lifetime, in this body. It's the reason why I am here in this lifetime, in this body, with only being able to hear in one ear. Being in this body right now with hip discomfort. There's a reason why. Why right now? Not a why me. Not a me as a victim. There's a reason why my divine beingness wanted to experience me right here, right now, in this moment, as I am. Living your Dharma doesn't mean having to answer or having to have a perfect answer or to have anything purposely or purposefully mapped out. It just means that you get to turn living moment by moment into allowing your actions to flow, not to grind, just to flow from where your soul is coming from, where it's recalling. It doesn't have to make sense to your egoic mind. It's not about chasing status. It's not about chasing success. It's not about chasing someone else's version of who they think you should be. It's about allowing your authenticity to lead. Lead in every area of your life. It's about you letting the sacred, if you want to use that word, happen. The spiritual happen. The magic happen. Going with the flow. Stop resisting. Right action aligned with Dharma dissolves karmic buildup. And it can heal generational karma, if you want to call it that. If your generations are still living. When you ignore your Dharma, you often end up living by default. So it's believed. Repeating inherent patterns, whether they be societal, conditioned or not, or unconscious karma or not. When you choose Dharma or the roadmap, you begin to align your actions with your soul's purpose. You get to step out of reactivity and into a more discerned intention. You get to have trial and error through discernment instead of judgment. You get to have the choice. You can choose one or the other. And there's no right choice. There's one that might feel better to you. Go with the flow. Each time you act from your truth, for your highest and greatest good, if that's put it that way, you're not just creating good karma, you're healing old karma. You're including karmic baggage that you may have taken on because of family or because of family line of how they've been thinking that, well, we're all lawyers, but it never made you happy. We're all doctors, but you never wanted to be a doctor. We're all accountants, but you never wanted to be an accountant. Right? You might can say Dharma can be a shortcut through your karmic cycles because you get the opportunity to shift your energy. Right? You get to accept that life isn't random. You get to honor your gifts and your sensitivities and your intuition. You get to ask yourself soul inquiry questions. What am I naturally drawn to? If it's not accounting, what am I naturally drawn to? What truths have I been afraid to express? What have I been holding down, layering down? Where am I betraying my Dharma by playing small? I've done that. play small so other people can feel big. And the moment that I let go of that narrative and said, no more, now they're like, what's wrong with her? She thinks she's all that. No, I'm entitled to an opinion, and your opinion of me doesn't fulfill the need for me. Therefore, I'm going to have an opinion for myself so that I can grow into a truth for myself. Some people think karma or your karmic lineage has to be healed ritually. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Sometimes it's about the stories that you've told yourself that has always been the truth as you saw it, and the truth is no longer vibrating with you. And now it needs to be changed. And once it changes with you. It might not change anybody in your living genealogy lineup. And it certainly isn't going to impact the higher beings that are in the realm. They're watching you, cheering you on, but they don't have any karmic residue. They're not in third density anymore, making choices. So I invite you, as we close, to write down a karmic pattern that you believe you've inherited or that you have going on right now. It doesn't have to be inherited. It could be fear, it could be silence, it could be scarcity, it could be people pleasing. And then after writing that down, write down, I choose to dissolve this pattern by living my truth. Ask yourself what your truth is. Your Dharma is your medicine. It's the roadmap that's going to lead you to your truth. But before it can lead you there, you have to acknowledge that you have a truth that you need to be led to. The law of Dharma reminds us that each time we come with a sacred assignment, our soul's blueprint is fulfilled, or is intending to be fulfilled. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having things already figured out. It's about listening, body, mind, and soul. Embodying, body, mind, and soul. Listening to the soft whispers. Listening to them through the noise. The inner pauses. What truth is yours and what truth is someone else's. And asking an embodying question, why did I come here? Your Dharma isn't something outside of you to chase, like we said last week. It's something that lives within you. It's living. And you get the opportunity to honor it, even in the smallest ways. You get to be aligned with it. And you get to allow the divine to flow. You are a unique expression of the divine. You get to simply be who you already are and then grow to who you will be becoming, because that's our intent, is to become to who you will be. Every now moment, a little bit more of you growing, expanding, becoming, to find out who you are right now, and then go, I want to step into the next version of me that's going there. We're picking up that roadmap, Dharma, and saying, I want to go here, here, and here. And the divine within you says, okay, we'll flow there. Knowing who you are is to know what you want. Knowing what you want is to give direction to the law of vibration and attraction of what it's going to create for you. If you don't know you, know thyself, and you are creating willy-nilly, you're going to get what you're going to get. And if you're not changing the pattern of things, or if you're not crossing off the list and saying, okay, that didn't work, try this, right? Then the universe is going to keep giving you what doesn't work for you. It's not going to think for you. There's no gray area there. It's going to just keep, it's going to mirror it back. You're going to keep vibrating in that reaction, and the universe is going to say, your wish is my command. So I hope this has helped you a little bit more with Dharma. We already talked about the law of attraction when we did the embodiment, embodying the universal laws in my first podcast series. Feel free to go into my my YouTube and find that series. Feel free to check out my book readings on Tuesdays and Thursdays on YouTube. My Soul Awakening book read. I am reading the Surrender Experiment by Michael A. Singer. Please feel free to join me on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for my Soul Awakening Conversation podcast. My guest is David Gaines Jr. And we will be having some embodiment thoughts, some emerge and flow thoughts, growth, expansion. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, like my YouTube, subscribe, share, and grow with me. I'm so glad, Shannon. Life is about growth and expansion. It's about learning. Once you learn something and you work it and it flows with you, it's always going to be time to grow and expand and learn something new. That's why it's called infinite possibilities. One size just doesn't fit all. We are all authentic, and we are all on our learning journeys. Our learning, we're tapping in to the intricacies of are eternal and are internal. You see how I said that first, eternal? Because our souls are eternal within us, and they're internally moving through us, feeling what it feels like to have a body. So everyone, love and light, wholeness, balance, unconditional, growth, expansion, and evolution to you and yours. Peace.